Philly Sports, Love and Pain. I'm Dave. That's Kenny.
I didn't even see the live thing. Hello, hello, hello. Howie, 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 Howie.
Listen, when I say for the fourth time, all right, are you ready? And you say yes.
I was tweeting. I gotta let these cucks know what's going on.
All right, so there's a lot to fucking talk about, and we get
Yeah,
long winded on this shit,
and I'm
right?
sleepy.
And Kenny's tired, so
I'm
this is
tired.
a Kenny's tired. He's tired.
Turd.
So we're gonna bust right into it. We
Boom.
had we we had man, a lot of shit has happened since last podcast, right?
Ah,
So in summary, and then we'll touch on everything. The Phillies have been a roller coaster. They will be the entire season. The Eagles had a fantastic, by most people's account,
Who's
draft.
who's not saying fantastic?
I'll be people on Twitter. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Like everybody. Like I feel like it was amazing. You loved it. Um, Pretty sure everyone we know loved it. Some people on the radio were being dumb, but that's not surprising.
Surprise, surprise.
And so we'll talk about that. Sixers, huge fucking drama drops on Friday, and it was just like incredibly brutal.
It's just so Philadelphia. We had the greatest Thursday as a sports fan a city could ever ask for.
Yep.
Phillies win.
Wrapped a 4-game sweep.
That's impressive. Well, although the Rockies aren't great,
I know
but
it's the
it's
Rockies.
good.
I get it.
Well, they did lose 3, right? In Colorado.
Nah, they won one out there, but
Oh,
still,
still
it's
remains.
4-game sweep is hard no matter what, no matter who you
Yeah,
play.
yeah, definitely. So, and then what we assume maybe Howie Roseman's best draft ever
It could pan out to be that way.
coincided. Oh, actually, if we're doing, let's do timeline. Let's do timeline.
All right.
So Phillies, and then
Yep.
Sixers blow up the Raptors.
Dick Nurse and the bullshit fucks up in Toronto.
So Siakam, and right about this time, Siakam elbows Joel in the face. We're doing Sixers, right? So I can jump right back into that.
Yeah, nah, you're good. You're doing
Okay.
timeline.
All right, and then no one noticed Embiid's face because AJ Brown had been traded right during the conversation. So everyone was like, "Forget the Sixers. They already locked it up. We got AJ fucking Brown."
Wild times on Thursday night, brother.
Wild times to be alive. And then come home, go to bed, and just as soon as my alarm went off, hello darkness, my old friend. It's unbelievable. Phillies get annihilated. They get no hit.
They got team no hit on
Ugh.
Friday night by like 4 different pitchers.
Joel Embiid breaks his face.
Confirmed broken face, broken orbital bone, and fractured orbital bone.
Well, I
And
think he would play if he wasn't in concussion protocol. I really
and
do.
concussion. I think the concussion was the bigger thing. Honestly, a fractured. There's not much you can do for a fractured orbital
Yeah,
bone.
it's gonna hurt.
It's
You
gonna
know,
hurt and it's gonna take time to heal. It's not a you can't set it. It's set. It's a fracture. It's
set
not
it
a bone.
and forget it. And then, I mean, the Sixers or the Eagles. I think a lot of people were upset. They drafted the center, but it worked out because then the Kobe Dean fell. So it was a wild roller coaster of events, and I think that means we could just jump right into the Sixers. And
Yep.
I gotta do it.
All right, hold
I
on.
gotta
Before
defend Doc Rivers.
oh, wow. I I uh, I don't. I'm about to just close my computer right now. I was. We haven't talked about this. Is so good because we haven't really talked much about this because we've both been kind of busy,
Yeah,
and
tell me about it.
and I am ready to listen to this. Go.
I mean, I feel like yesterday was where my line of being annoyed by Doc is constantly was just like prime examples. He did have some rotations, like he went with Jordan, which everyone knows that was a mistake, but To his
Mhm.
credit, he adjusted and they ran that small lineup. But where I'm defending Doc Rivers, and if I hear one more stupid person say, "Oh, why would he have Embiid in there? They were up 29." They had just literally pushed the button to 29. We have been, especially me, I have, and most of Philadelphia have just been destroying Doc Rivers for giving up 21-point leads.
Yep.
Finally, they get a 29-point lead, and what do you want them to do? What do you want them
Right.
to do?
What do you think is going to happen if 2 minutes before that happened? Right. He took Embiid out. What
Oh
do you
my
think
God,
is going
there
to
would have
happen?
been a run. There would have been a
You
run.
you know there's a run, and then he's coming back in the game anyway. So what? He was going to get elbowed. You can't do that shit. I heard people talking about it. I heard people like putting it out there on Twitter. Um,
I mean, there's
like
literally video of him turning to his assistants and being like, "All right, we got to get everyone out." Like there's
he
video of
he
it.
said it. Yeah, he said it after the game. He said I was literally getting ready to sub out Joe when it happened.
So yeah, of course it looks bad because they were up 29, right?
It was 29. Yeah.
So of course it looks terrible, up 29, and really they were only up. I mean, they really pushed that. I think it was an 8-0 run. So
It,
they
it,
were
it
really,
ballooned really fast.
yeah. So listen, you can hound Doc Rivers because he's gonna do some dumb shit anyway at some point along the way, but you cannot hound him, especially if you are like me and have been, how can you give up a 21-point lead when you put Joel on the bench and then they make a run, you got to put him back in. Like you can't be on both sides of the fence. I'm all for slander and Doc when it needs to be slandered, and I am probably,
That's
I
true.
probably lead that parade.
That is 100% true.
But you got to give him credit when it's due. I give him credit for that. I give him credit for some adjustments yesterday. He should have never ever started DeAndre Jordan. Dude's washed.
Now, and you know what? You called it right off the bat. Like as soon as you saw him on the court, you're like, We're really going to do this. We're really going to start this guy."
How
And
can go
and
on?
listen, he only played 4 minutes in that first rotation, and
And
Doc
they were
was like,
down 12,
"Yeah." Doc
14.
was like, "Okay, this dude's like fucking incredibly inept right now. Get him out of the game, right?" So that is a good adjustment, but like you knew he was going to come back to him because they're just not deep enough to not go back to him.
Well, what's Paul Millsap getting you?
Exactly. And people want Bassey. People want Bassey in there. Like he's young. I mean, there's a lot of different factors going against Bassey.
Bam Abayu is a bitch. Like if Embiid was in
So is
there,
Tyler Harrow.
yeah, that dude. I mean, I got a thing against any white 3-point shooter. Hate him. Especially, I was so glad we didn't see that fucking Duncan Robinson.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Putrid Michigan trash. Michigan.
Of course. But like
But
I think there's some stuff that I saw that, and listen, again, you know me. I am usually not the kind to slander Doc and throw him under the bus. But some of the shit that I heard him say after the game was even for Doc, unbelievable.
I told you this from like the very beginning. It's just this like arrogance and this smugness. And honestly, if they lose this series, which I don't know, they have a good shot to lose. I mean, I think they have a better shot to lose than the win, assuming Embiid's playing Game 3. Right? This is all an assumption.
Right.
If
He might not. Yeah, it's not confirmed.
if he plays Game 3 and then the rest of the series, it's hard for me. And it goes 7 games. It's hard to be like Doc's fault in a sense, right? Like that's so terrible timing. Again,
Yeah. Yeah, but I think for me, like specifically what happened in this game, like, so the first thing, my issue with Doc, right? You can't after the game, no matter how mad you are, no matter how pissed off you are about the result, whatever, you can't sit in the press conference and then say, "Well, you know what? I'm gonna play Jordan as much as I want, and I don't care what you say about it." Like you can't make that statement, dude. After
you You
after
are
he just got fucking
arrogant.
leapfrogged on the fucking court for a -22 in like 17 minutes of ball. Like, you can't make that statement.
He is arrogant.
Also, you can't say this. And I don't have the exact quote, but it was, I'll paraphrase. He was like, "Yeah, I wanted to swap Jordan out of there, but he was really rebounding the ball well for us." Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
How many did he end with? 3?
Two. He had 2 rebounds in the whole game.
At least know what you're talking about. Like,
You
don't feed
can't,
us.
dude. You can't. Yeah, don't try to fucking bullshit
Celtics
lie.
won.
Yeah, the Celtics were rolling when I saw it earlier, but you can't. Don't fucking come like that, man. Don't lie. That just makes everyone automatically more angry at you. Like, don't lie, right?
I mean, you're just pretty much you're literally taking the gun and just going into your
That's
own 2
so.
feet.
Yeah. So when I saw those quotes, I tweeted it from my own account. It doesn't really matter, but I think I tweeted it out, and I was like, "This is almost literally proof that this dude wants to be fired." Like, what else? What other explanation is there for him to continuously go in guns blazing and say ridiculous shit like that when you got a dude who looked like? I mean, I could have put up a -22 in that game.
Well, I think Doc loves the like. Oh well, there's a potential for the alley oop pass to James Harden because they, yeah, and like that silly thing that he loves to hang on to. He
You know what?
shouldn't. He shouldn't see the court.
He can't anymore, man. He can't. And I get it. Like, I know it makes us smaller. I know it's not the same, but you know
Yeah,
what?
but it
If you're
worked
gonna
when we
put
were
him out
going.
there, yeah, if you're gonna put him out there to be big and he doesn't get any fucking rebounds, that's literally the only thing he's out there for. He's got to sit the fuck down. He can't see the
Why?
court anymore.
Why can't the Sixers offensive like rebound? I don't understand.
So that was the next thing I was going to talk about, and I was talking with Gordy about this a little bit. Rebounds in general are pretty much an effort situation, just like playing defense. You have to put max effort to get the rebound. You got to box them. You got to box out. You got to put effort into getting the. Now, is there some luck involved with the way the ball bounces off the rim? Yeah, but you're telling me that the the Heat had 15 offensive rebounds, 15 second chances.
Yeah, can't have
Those
that.
are those are basically turnovers.
30 points.
You can't win a game if you give up 15 offensive rebounds. It's atrocious.
And that was the problem against Toronto.
And they got out rebounded on the defensive side too. So like it's just, man, it's just fucking frustrating, dude. Like it felt like all facets were bad. Like they shot 17% from 3-point. Are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding me?
Downtown Niang.
You could, oh my God, dude. Niang looked like he was fucking bolted to the floor.
You had more points than Niang.
I had more points than Niang. We were tied. We pushed. Like, it's just incredible. Like
Is Thibault bad?
I feel like I'm getting on the get him the fuck out of here train. I love Thibault. Like, I love defense. I love that there are still guys in the league that try to play defense, like hard up, like just scrappy fucking defense. But if you're gonna bring literally nothing else to the table, it has to. I mean, there has to be an end to it. You can't.
Or at least,
Toby fucking balled, dude.
Yeah, Toby's my hero.
Like, can you imagine where you came from with Toby?
Yeah. No, that's the truth. And I don't know. And Harden's not getting the calls, man.
Oh my God, dude, he's getting no calls, and he's not hot from 3-point.
No, he's cold.
That jumper is cold as ice.
Where my heart used to be, I got this ice box. The problem with Harden, and I think, and this is like, and I'm a big fan of this change because I was sick of fucking Trae Young, but like that hurt Harden the lean in and get the foul, chuck it up into the earth. Like that, obviously. I mean, that probably accounted for 8 to 12 points a night.
But no, not that many. You think that
Oh my
many?
God, yes, absolutely.
But
Trey
he's not
Young.
getting. But he's not getting called. Oh, you mean like in the NBA? Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. He's just. But he's not getting the calls on the drives either.
Yeah, and that's what's killing him right now.
That's really killing him. It
I
is.
mean,
And
he shot that three, and they slapped his hand or his arm. I mean, it was clear as day.
the calls. Some of the calls. The refs were better in this game than they've
Yeah,
been, but still missing calls. I mean, simple calls. Like you're talking about a 3-point shot where literally all you're looking at is the release because you don't have
I
to worry
can.
about the feed anymore. Really.
Well, unless he's kicking out to kick him,
Well, then they can
Harden.
call. That's true.
Yeah,
They can call it offensive. You're right.
but I'm all for the refs swallowing the whistles when it's like 2 seconds left in the game and both teams are trying to rebound and you know what I mean, and then it dribbles out and then it's game over. Like I'm all for it. There's definitely 1,000 fouls underneath there, and unless it's like so egregious, I'm good with it. You can't swallow your whistle in the second quarter that early.
It's wild. It's wild, and man, it's really fucking frustrating because the Sixers could have won that game.
Yeah, well, we just got to hope they come out tomorrow and play that same way and win it. And Miami is such a just a piss poor sports city.
Yo, how the fuck? How do you not sell out a playoff game in the
They
second
didn't?
round?
That's great.
I mean, they might have sold the tickets, but they weren't there.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
And
I
that's
love
just
that.
I'm just looking at the first 20 rows.
Yeah, I love that. I love that so much.
That's sad, dude.
That's why it's annoying because like teams that like and it's like reversed, and I'll touch on this, but like teams that have money, that spend money and do whatever they can, that build like a good organization, have the worst fans, and then you get like the Pirates who like have loyal fans and they have the worst owner in like all of
Yeah.
sports.
Yeah.
So
Nah.
it's frustrating. I just like Jake always like Kenny hates everyone, and I do, especially when it comes to sports. Like I immediately put on this like I hate you, I hate your city. I've always hated Michigan, but everyone else I just kind of jump around. Well, and I don't like Canada, but you get my point.
And Ohio.
Well, come on. Do we need to
And
talk
Iowa.
about Ohio? The mistake by
And
the
Iowa.
lake.
And Iowa.
Well, yeah, pandering wave. I mean, I am in reason with hating Iowa, and they've ruined Penn State's season like a million times. So, like, listen,
Yeah.
I'm warranted, but I'm talking about like playoff series. I just Miami, man. And it's probably because they have like fucking Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson and Jimmy Butthole.
Who, by the way, was
Wasn't
not
that great.
fucking was
Yeah.
not balling out. Like it's just so fucking frustrating. That game was winnable. If you shoot the ball a little better, you get a couple rebounds.
How about
You-
let's strive for like 25% from three.
25%. That's like fucking subpar in the NBA.
You can't.
And the guy and all the guys on the TV. Oh, this is just stereotypical of the Heat's stifling defense. Look how tired and deflated the Sixers are on up and down the court. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? They're shooting like shit.
Are you talking about Grant Hill?
Yes.
Get lost. Pound sand.
Oh my god, dude. Like I loved your shoes when I was a kid, but fuck you.
No, I don't have the patience for it. But
Fila for life.
oh man, I had a pair of black feelers.
Yo, I remember those Grand Hills that came out, the white ones with the blue outline around the whole shit.
Oh, I'll never forget them. I used to rock a lot of T-Mac stuff.
Yeah, yep.
Rest in peace. I still think they can lose tomorrow and win the series. I know 0-2 doesn't seem great, but like Joel Embiid. I'm struggling with my words tonight. A lot more than normal. Embiid honestly can change the whole dynamic of the game. And it depends though. Like, are you getting like pansy Joel? Like, is he gonna be like, "Ooh, my face," or is he gonna be like, "I don't care about my face"?
I kind of feel like you got to get that one, right?
Yeah, I hope. I mean,
Game
that's your
3
only.
I mean, if as long as he comes back in game 3. If he comes back in game 4 and it's 3-0, he might as
Oh,
well
it's
not come
done.
back. Don't come
It's
back.
done.
Don't come
Yeah,
back. Get the thumb surgery. Don't come back.
and get your face. I
Get your
saw someone
face
on Twitter.
soldered
I saw.
together.
I saw. It's like the welding mask.
Oh shit.
Yeah, people on Twitter were like, "Trade Embiid. He's always hurt in the playoffs." And,
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, trade him. Get another MVP candidate in here.
we are just the dumbest fan base from time to time. And listen, I've been saying this for a long time, and him dunking it to me is still a very like annoying situation because like you're in the playoffs, like you shouldn't be hammering it home like that. And I know
Yeah,
it's a
but
game
dude,
of
these guys do that.
yeah,
Like they know
I
how
know
to do
it's a
it. You
game
know
of
what I mean?
passion, but he didn't do it right. So
Well, he was also a little hurt before that, right? Like his hand was a little weird, but that's even more
I'm
reason
sure,
not to do it.
but yeah, if like,
Right.
but it is what it is. I don't fault him for that. And he was balling out. He was good. It took him a game or two to adjust. And then, you get the dirtiest elbow I've seen in a while. And how they call that an offensive foul?
Unfucking believable.
Yeah, I mean just be better, you know?
Why are they so bad?
Major League
Sounds like an awful fucking similar conversation. I thought the NBA refs would be better. They're at least a little younger.
all the pro sports have an officiating problem but the NHL. And we can't even enjoy the NHL.
What's the NHL?
Yeah. Oh, you want to get me started? Did you hear what he said today?
I heard some of it. Don't jump into that yet, though.
Oh,
Well, unless you're done with the Sixers, are we done?
I mean we're close, but what he said today was egregious
All
at
right,
best.
fuck it. Just go, because you're gonna forget. Just go.
He said it's time for the Flyers to start their head coaching search.
Yes, I did hear that.
What?
You're telling me.
What?
You're telling me that they sat through months of losing hockey and looked for no one.
Dude, I'm
Nobody.
losing my shit.
They got no ideas.
No idea. Like you can't. Like even that's like at work, man. Like I always I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, if I just throw money at it, I might be all right. I might be close. And then they're like, "Why'd you bid it so low?" And I'm like, "Because I don't know what I'm doing. No one's trying." Like that's literally like at least just lie your way through it. Just you don't have to tell us everything. I'm more upset now that you said that. If he would have been like, "Oh, it's a process. We started it, as soon as we got rid of
lie, dude,
lie. Be a politician. What's the
guys,
difference?"
they always lie to us anyway. Why tell the truth there?
Bro, I didn't even like as soon as I heard that I was like I gotta get off of I like what do you mean? And then they're like, oh well, Mike Yo's not coming back. Yeah, no shit. You guys literally gave him a pile of poo poo, and you were like, hey, mold that into a Play-Doh and bake it so kids can look at it. Like
So, you know what's really funny about just quick side tangent so you can catch your breath. Saturday, me and Brianna took Grayson to see Monster Jam. It was fucking amazing, by the way. But yeah, with the monster trucks and shit.
And kids' tickets are still $5.
Well, let me tell you, it wasn't $5, but
my brother-in-law just went down too, and he said, "Guess what? They're not $5 anymore."
$5. Inflation, bitch.
Yeah.
So, but it was in Wilkes-Barre, right? So I'm looking up at the rafters. Who's got a banner in the rafters of Wilkes-Barre Scranton Stadium where the fucking Penguins play?
Oh, it's Mike Yo.
Mike Yo.
Yeah. That's rich. That's rich.
Him and Bielsa.
Wow, that makes sense.
Yeah, I know. It's not like I'm not knocking him. It's just funny. It's just like
it's a shame because he had the Wild team doing pretty well, And for those of you that don't know, I was a Wild fan before I realized how ridiculous it was to have two teams. But I used
Yeah,
to
you were one
follow
of those.
him.
You were one of those two team guys.
Well, I would pick it like an Eastern
East
Conference and a
West.
Western.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. I
like
know.
and if they ever played, dude, Jay will tell you
Listen, here's the bottom line. They had a hard jersey. That's all that matters.
yeah, it was pretty cool. And the funniest thing though about all this is year after year after year, I would go to see Zach Parise, right? Like he was my favorite player, American born, like big stamp on that the silver medal game where Crosby scored the gold game. Like a biggest Parise fan you could find. And I'm not exaggerating. Jason will vouch for this. We went to like 7 or 8 games straight, and Parisi was scratched every single game. And we're not talking like end of the season, like they're resting people. These was like mid season, early season.
Dude,
He
that's
always had some
hilarious.
freak injury. It was like the worst. Ugh.
That's
But
hilarious.
yeah, the Flyers are seriously the most inept franchise I've ever seen. It's time to move on from TK. He's done.
Yeah, what happened there?
He's too busy, gobbling down Sanheims to pay attention to what's going on. I just can't with that team. And honestly, until they sell, they're going to be in trouble. Like, what coach are they going to bring in? Like, Torts is the only option, or Rick Tocchet.
All right, so we're gonna like regurgitate another veteran coach, and then
Yep.
they're gonna be decent, and then they're gonna suck, and then the fans are gonna be like, "Fuck this guy! He was good at everywhere else, and he sucks here." And it's gonna be the same fucking story with a different fucking
It's
name.
it's a retool. It's a retool. If I hear that one more time,
Oh, that's their favorite word.
the Flyers are in trouble. They're going to be in trouble
I
until
love the listen, man. I love the Flyers, and I love hockey,
won't do it.
but I'm really tired of it. I'm tired of the
I haven't
shit.
watched any of it.
And they just like fell out of the sky, dude. Like they
Yep.
like talk about a fast fucking decline.
You
And
know what they remind me of? The Lakers.
yeah, kind of.
Except for the Lakers won their
Except for the
bubble
lack of
season
winning.
change. Yeah. But no, I wanted to complain about Chuck because I just can't you can't go into that presser and be like, all right, I'm gonna give them what they want. Gritty's still orange, Gritty is great, and we are starting our head coach search. No. No. And like you could argue, and I could see the argument on the other side where they're like, well, we didn't know who was going to be fired. Like there's going to be other coaches available. Okay, that's fine. But what about all the other ones that aren't head coaches right now? Bench
Yeah, but
coaches.
you're telling me like see like maybe this is just a verbiage thing. Like maybe like they've been looking maybe they have like the list, right? And they have like the candidates like that they like. But like now they're starting the search because they know who's available. I don't know. I don't know.
Nah, you're giving
I'm
him
giving
too
him
much
too much.
credit.
I know. I know.
It's
I know.
just here's a pile of poop, but we got Gritty. Do you love Gritty now?
I would love Gritty if they would win 50 games.
If I saw Gritty, I would uppercut his. Oh. I'm off the rails.
What? The
I would
fuck just
upper
happened to you?
cut. Cut. C-U-T. Nah, Gritty's. I fell for the Gritty trap the first 2 years. You ain't getting me anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Gritty was good. It was like interesting, like all right, cool. And the team was still decent.
Yeah.
But now it's like, yo, if you're brutal, you can't.
Santa sacks with Gritty's paw print in it. Oh, boy.
Oh my god, just turn the fucking boat around already. Come on. The fuck.
Fuck me. All right, so
Anyways.
that was 8 minutes. I didn't mean to go on to that, but I had to because I was gonna forget because I forget everything. But
No, it's cool.
so I think the Sixers don't have a shot tomorrow.
Wow. Okay. I actually do. I actually think they do.
I just
You think they're just like? See, here's why I do. Mostly, this is mostly why, because they went into the last game. Was it last night? Yeah, last night. not really knowing, like they hadn't done that yet. You know what I mean? Like they hadn't had to go to war without their boy yet
Yeah, and I
in
mean,
game time, like in the shit. You know what I mean? And like the first quarter was putrid, right?
why
But
didn't they
you
play
noticed,
defense?
but I don't know. I don't know why there's a lack of defensive effort. I don't know. But they started to turn it around when they started figuring shit out in the second quarter. And
Agreed.
they started balling a little bit and they started getting a little more flow. I think that they come into the next game with a better start, and I think that they look better in the first quarter specifically. So I might bet it. And then I really think that they're gonna hang in that game much better than they. I mean, dude, they shot 17%
Well, I mean,
from three.
I don't disagree that they're going to do better. Oh shit!
But
I
like,
just
so if they do, I mean, if they do a little bit better, they're in that game. But it's like a 2 possession game.
no, I hear you. I'm just saying.
I'm not
Um,
saying it's gonna be easy, but
yeah, I just don't see them closing it out because they're going to be so exhausted keeping pace the other quarters that like when it comes down to the end of it, dude. If they could run that small line for 40 minutes,
yeah, they just can't.
they just can't. So they have to
Right.
unfortunately, do what they're doing. Drummond
So
would be nice right now.
so so who do you start next game?
Oh, it's
What are you
DeAndre
doing?
Jordan. It is. It's just that is who is going to be starting. So I don't even want to put anything else into it because you can't like. I would smart that. I would start that small. I would start that
Yeah,
small
yeah, that's what I would
lineup.
do. That's
I
what I
really
would do
would,
too.
but he's not going to. And like, I don't want to be this guy because Toby's been pretty consistent. But like, would it be off the par for course for Toby to have a clunker? I think it's very small. I think it's like a 10% chance. But there's always a chance for that. And what maxi you're getting? You getting 19 maxi or 8 maxi? There's too many variables. When you got the big hoss in there, you don't have to worry about them variables as much because you're going to get your 30 and 10.
Yep. And so what did Maxie end up with on Monday?
19,
Uh,
18 and a half.
it was I thought it was 20.
Oh, it was 20. It was. That's right.
20 and a half it was, I think.
Yeah, I told
Which
you.
is hilarious.
I mean, we cashed in on Thursday. We cashed
Yeah, we cashed almost everything.
everything but one bet, and we got screwed.
Except for that one that we lost by 1 point.
Yep. So like we had I mean, that was a banner Thursday for me. Like the best Thursday I've ever had, in general, like gambling wise. I told you immediately. I said I'm not touching it, and I didn't. Thank you. Like I did not mess with it at all because I just don't. It's impossible without Embiid. I'm probably done betting basketball.
Well, you can't bet the Sixers, that's for sure.
Well, that's what I mean. And I got lucky with Phoenix taking care of what's their nuts.
Yeah, I had Phoenix big last night.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah. See, I didn't. I get into these weird things where like if I start winning cash, I'm like, I want to keep it. I want to keep it all.
Hey, that's not a bad problem.
No, it's not, but it could be better.
So the Sixers move on to game 2. Kenny does not think they win. I think that they can. I'm not saying. I don't know if I can say they will, but it doesn't really matter what I say.
They'll keep. I think they'll cover that spread. It's 8.5 right now. I think they'll cover the spread. I honestly think it's going to be a close game, but again, they can't sustain for 40 minutes the way they want to sustain ball, and they can't do it with the other two idiots.
But why can't they slow the pace down?
Because they're not playing fucking defense and they're not getting offensive rebounds and they're not making threes. I mean, those are the three major reasons they're not slowing it down. They can't. You can't slow it down if you don't get the ball back on a rebound. You can't chew off another 24 shot clock if you're not getting an offensive rebound. If threes aren't falling, at least if threes are falling, you can push a cushion and then you can slow it down. None of these things are, going their way right now. I don't think it's such a big deal if they go 0-2, and I know statistically and stats probably aren't on my side when I say this, but like if they go 0-2, Embiid's back, they go 2-2, we win game 6. I don't see why we can't win game 5. I don't see why we can't do that in Miami. Now you probably swap that now, right? So you win game 5, lose game 6 in Philly, and then you try to close out on the road. It's tough now. It's tough.
It's definitely tough.
Now, if you would steal one, it's less tough, of course. And I mean, anyone with a brain can tell you that. But
Right.
I just don't know how they're going to do it.
Well, I don't know. It's gonna come down to most likely how well they shoot. I mean, that's just the bottom line. You know, and you can't give up. You can't give up open looks to fucking Hero. Like, come on, man. The dude's just if he's open, he's gonna make it. He's just he's good enough to do that. It's just
Why did Peloton send me a notification like, get back on, pig?
they're like, why are you not on your fucking bike, you loser?
We done with the Sixers?
Yeah, let's be done with that. So, our beloved Eagles had a fantastic draft over the weekend.
Oh, before we go into that, did you see the Birds Aren't Real convention took place?
Are you kidding?
No, this is a major convention, man. And next year, I will be in attendance with my T-shirt that says "Birds Aren't Real." Just letting you know.
What? Wait, what are you talking about?
You don't know about this?
I mean, I've heard of it, but why are you going?
Oh, I'm a big Birds Aren't Real guy.
Are you kidding me?
No. No, I'm not saying every bird. Kevin James, this is for you. I'm not saying every bird. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
Why?
Because not every bird is a government drone. Okay?
You think?
Oh, I know. So I would say for every 10,000 birds, there's a fake bird somewhere that's lurking.
That number is way too high.
Yeah, I know. I don't have a real number, but I'm telling you, if they want to put a government bird out there, they easily can. They easily can. And when a bird dies, are you like opening their chest like, oh, what is this bird? No, it's a government drone, and we're all fucked. All right, just letting you all know.
You got to be kidding me, right?
No, I'm a big fan.
Because do you know why you're kidding yourself right now? Because you walk around and you sleep with, and you shit with, and you jerk off with, and you fucking get in your car with, and you fucking do everything with it.
I know that.
The only bird that the government needs.
Nope.
You're
telling me.
Is sitting right on your desk, right in front of you, right now. Listen, anyone can tap into that fucker at any time.
Listen,
yes, folks, I'm talking about your phone.
Listen to me.
The birds are called cell phones.
No, if there is a...
Why the fuck would they drive... Okay, now we're going, because I'm going now. You did this. This is your fault. Why the fuck would they have millions of people flying bird drones trying to spy on people randomly outside?
No, they're not. They're not controlled by like some Joe Schmo with a remote control.
Dude,
and
who are you, Kyrie Irving?
Saying, listen,
are you Kyrie Irving? Is the Earth also flat?
It is. But that's for another debate. No, seriously, they're not going after you and me. They're going after like if the cartel was having a meeting, they're gonna fly a little bird down there and they're gonna go tweet 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 data. Before we go to the Eagles, I do want to tell you something though, and I think you'll find it funny.
I mean, I think that's actually true. I think that there are spy things. I do think that
100%. And why not just lock it into a bird? How hard is that? You can't tell me.
It totally could be that. But I don't think that they're flying around, Downingtown.
No, they're not coming for us. But I think for big things. So like this is where this all began. Me and my brother-in-law Kevin, we've been kind of joking about it, but we've been kind of convincing ourselves slowly that like this is a real thing. So like what started as like a wholesome joke has now turned into like, I mean, at least on my end, I think it could be real. He might be just like gaslighting the shit out of me, which
Yeah,
is
right.
totally fair because I get it. Because this is what I want to tell you. So at work, we have the design team.
Yeah.
I've convinced the one dude that birds aren't real. I have them in my grasp. So I mean, yeah, anything's possible.
Why is it okay? But why is it called "Birds Aren't Real" when it's not about every bird?
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you follow along,
Okay, so there are people that actually think
oh
that
yeah, there's
that birds.
extreme group of people that
Okay,
are like birds aren't real, every bird's fake, and like
this is like some Illuminati shit.
yeah, of course, but like you can't with everything that's going on, you can't tell me there's not some truth to it. Like that's all I'm saying, and it's not like they're like oh in Lansdale like out front to see if like what Chrissy and I are grilling on the grill here. But if like I feel like if the government wants to know something, they can easily know something. And you're right, the cell phone is like the easiest thing. But like the cartel's like my number one like point. It's like they're not bringing their phones into that shit, right? Because they can't afford it. So like what you do is you just put little couple birds down in the yard. There's other birds down there. You mesh it in, like and how nothing would be funnier than if like it was a bunch of like I don't know what birds are down in Mexico, but a bunch of Mexican birds, and then there's just a fucking bald eagle there,
Just like a random fucking,
like a
no,
blue,
it's like a fucking Philly pigeon.
it's like a crow, just like a Kensington crow.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think. I did not know this was going to happen. I don't think that there's much weight to that.
They put fucking towers and palm trees, and they look the same. So I'm just saying.
No, they don't look the same.
Yes, they do in California. They have 5G towers. I'm not
dude.
saying the towers are tapping in. Your phone does enough of this. I'm just strictly saying.
Okay, let's play along. If this is real and the U.S. government actually has bird spies, how many of them do they have?
Well, I mean, once you produce one, they probably have a cornucopious amount.
Okay, it's like 1,000.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll just call it 1,000. Probably not. I bet you they have more.
And for these 1,000 bird drones, do they fly themselves or are they all completely controlled by people?
No, they can't be controlled by people because there's no way it would work, right? It's like a.
So now you're saying that they're autonomous AI bird drones that are smart enough to fly
I
around
would say
on their own.
I would say that they get a coordinates.
That's actually terrifying.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So open your eyes. I'm just saying
fuck.
they get the coordinates. They and then they do bird
like
things.
like a guided missile.
Almost. Yes, essentially, but it's a bird and it's a little more friendly.
Mm-hmm. Maybe this would explain why you can't find a bird at night. Like you can't find them.
Not one bird. What are they doing? They all sleeping together? Please.
Where do they sleep?
Yeah.
I don't see any.
Yeah, they're a little nest bullshit. They don't all have. You know how many bird nests there would have to be to house every bird in America? There would be so many bird. Like your tree would just be littered with bird nests.
Oh my god. Oh man.
And
everybody thought Amazon was crazy for trying to deliver packages with drones. We got birds out here flying around.
Yeah, strap a package onto them. See what happens. I don't know.
Well, listen,
I
U.S. government, if you're
I messed up.
listening and these birds are controlled by people, I'm interested. I'm pretty good at flying my drone. Pretty good at it. Oh my god.
Look at this dog's eyeballs. Tell me this isn't
Rado.
a human dog.
Rado
Tell
has
me this
appeared.
isn't a drone. Tell me my
Let's
dog
cut-
is not
Let's
here.
let's cut him open and see what's going on in there.
Nothing. It's freedom and freaking running away.
Oh my god.
All
Wow.
Back to
All
the
right.
podcast.
So the Eagles had a pretty good draft. And so let's recap. Let's just recap. Let's just run it down.
I wasn't thrilled.
You weren't thrilled with what?
First, now I got the dogs riled up. Hey.
All right. So
I wasn't.
you're saying you weren't thrilled with Jordan Davis.
Yes,
Okay, so who did you want in place of Jordan
the
Davis?
safety was it Kyle Hamilton.
Yes, it was.
I just feel like, and I'm gonna use this loosely, generational talent at safety. He's that good. And Jake said it best. He lands on the annoying Baltimore Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm
And
I'm having a brain fart. He lands on the Ravens, and like I'm still scorned over the Jalen Rager thing, Justin Jefferson. So like to me, it feels like this is another situation. And when you watch Jordan Davis, you're like, he is kind of lazy, but he's very quick. And then I rewatched the tape, and this is why I've changed my tune, right? I rewatched some of the draft tapes, all that bullshit, and like he's literally triple teamed.
yeah,
So
the dude is a monster. He's a
so what are you
monster.
gonna do there? But I think I Chrissy's singing.
I can't hear it. Sorry.
I really think that like the Eagles have a strong, hard knee. Oh my god, need at safety. That I feel like they could have waited one more year to grab someone like Davis, for next year. Because you have Cox. I mean,
Here's the thing.
and Cox, honestly, if I have to hear one more time someone be like, he's going to learn so much from Cox.
I mean,
Learn what?
I don't really know if he's gonna quote unquote learn, but like there's something to be said about the like mentor and like
Yeah.
small like tips and tricks type shit. You know what I mean? Like,
But I believe that for like Kelsey. Way over Cox.
okay,
That's what I'm trying to get at. Like I just feel like, I mean, you saw what Cox produced last year. Just wasn't really there. And he knows his time's up. Like, how helpful is he going to be? There's been pro quarterbacks that are like, I'm not helping. Like Aaron Rodgers comes to mind. They're not helping the people underneath them. Like he could have that attitude. We don't. That I'm just trying to say we don't know.
well, here's the thing about Hamilton. Like, and this is something that no one really is really mentioning, but that he had an injury, and
So did N'Kobe Dean.
he didn't finish the season, and that's got to be a somewhat of a concern. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how. I'm not really sure why you're saying you think he's a generational talent. I mean, he was good.
I mean, okay. I said I was using it loosely, so don't disrespect me like that. All right.
All right.
All right. How about a Dawkins? Like,
You're comparing him to Dawkins?
I think he's going to be that good, and I think
Okay.
again, and Jake said it again.
I mean, he's big and he's quick, so
And he's where he needs to be successful. The Baltimore Ravens do a hell of a job with their
that's a good
secondary.
point. That's a good point.
So, like,
And
yeah,
Jake,
I
and
think
Jake is a Notre Dame
yep,
guy, so like he probably knows a little bit more than Hamilton, definitely than I do, and
for sure.
So yeah,
Just
I
like
believe that.
just like the Redskins reached for fucking Dotson. I mean, that was a reach.
That was extremely a reach.
I mean, he's maybe a first round talent, like 25 and up.
Is he?
Well, the
I don't
problem
know.
is he's quick and explosive, and he catches. Like that's the thing. He catches everything.
He has good hands. That's for
And he's a
sure.
game changer. He really is. But he's not. He's on that run of like.
They took him
and that's
16.
and this is why Howie deserves the credit. What do we give up? A first and a third to get AJ Brown.
Yeah. So if you're gonna trade, so we got AJ Brown,
24 years old.
24-year-old proven wide receiver who basically put up 3 1,000-yard seasons, not quite on the third one. It on a team that leans heavy on the rush, like heavy. And and you're telling me that like that's not better than drafting an unknown wide receiver out of college? Come on, that's
No.
a G move right there. And
Did you?
everybody's all like, they gave him $100 million. He hasn't even caught a ball yet. Have you seen the guy play? Like he can play. This dude's a bowler. He's a big physical wide receiver. It's exactly what we want. It's exactly what we need here.
Did you see that video that that Victor Williams tweeted out today?
No.
He
I
he got.
avoided Twitter today like the plague.
Yeah, I don't blame it. He caught the ball at like the 11, ran down to the 3, got popped. I mean, popped. Didn't even phase him. Didn't even
He just
fall. Just
just
kind of
fucking
roll,
trucked it,
like just ran through
rolled
that
off
hit
of it.
into the
Yeah.
end zone. Yeah, he didn't even fall. I mean,
That's fucking huge. And then I heard some people talking like conspiracy theories, like, oh, maybe Devonta isn't happy about this pick because now he's got to get they just brought in like a big beef wide receiver, so now he's not going to really be the star guy, and that's bullshit because AJ Brown said that Smitty, he calls him Smitty, fucking texted him and right away was like, "Yo, let's ball." Like everybody needs to stop the whole undertone of Philly is to assume bad things.
hey, dum
Stop.
dums.
Just stop, dude.
Hey, dum dums.
Let this guy come in and fucking work, man.
You can have more than you could have 2 number 1 wide receivers if Smith takes the lead, but no one's ever heard of that, right? Like you idiots.
Like why do we need to pit them against each other immediately? Like, come on, man.
I was
Like,
also seeing like people were like bring Foles back. Eagles Twitter, all
stop.
Twitter. Yeah,
Stop with it. Just stop. He's old and he's not dude, he caught lightning in a bottle. Thank you forever, Nick Foles, but don't ever come back here to
yeah,
play
he's
football.
terrible.
Like, thank you, but no.
Yeah,
No, thank you.
Nope, 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 no, no, no. And
So
then
here's the one thing that I'm worried about with AJ Brown before we continue on to the other picks. And we didn't really talk about Davis that much, but there's not much to be said. He's huge. He's going to be an anchor,
he's fast.
and he's fast as shit. He's the
Yeah.
fastest big man I think literally ever. Like he ran a 40 time that was equal to that dude, that Kyle Hamilton.
That's a big boy.
Like that's ridiculous. He's like 350. But here's the thing that worries me about AJ Brown, and it's a little bit conspiracy theory, okay? What if Jalen Hurts doesn't work out this year? And the Eagles have to cut bait. And the main reason, one of them, why AJ Brown came here was because he's best friend boys with Hurts.
Listen,
You're saying there's zero concern.
none.
Okay.
If you're like, hey, AJ Brown, we gave you $100 million to shut the fuck up.
I'm just
All
saying
right.
they're boys, dude. Like he goes to his kids' birthday parties and shit.
I don't give a shit. If
All right.
if you bring, and now listen, if they're like, oh, we're bringing Carson Wentz back, then yeah,
No.
he's gonna be pissy. But if you're bringing someone that's better than Hurts, there's no reason to be upset about it.
Okay.
You can't. No.
Do you know how diva wide receivers are, dude?
I'll blow my nuts.
I'm hoping that it doesn't happen, and I'm hoping it's not that because I kind of like the vibe, honestly.
If it doesn't happen, that means good things for the Eagles. So
100, yeah, that's true.
Pray.
Right. And AJ Brown is gonna do. It sounds like everything in his fucking power to make Hurts successful.
I mean, he literally Hurts can just close his eyes and throw the ball and be like, "Surprise, motherfucker!"
That's what Kyler Murray did. So
Yeah.
I like it. I'm happy about it. I love AJ Brown.
Why was
coming
Jay
here.
so pissy about it? Did you talk to him? I was trying to get to him, but it just didn't work.
A little bit. I can't remember who. I think remember what he wanted. He wanted something else out of that spot. I think he was worried about linebacker.
Yeah, but it worked out.
Yeah, but I mean, at the moment, it didn't.
Bro, no one. When Nakobe Dean got to the Sixers, when Nakobe Dean got to the Eagles at that point, and he was still on the board, he was going to be on the board. He was free falling.
Well, I don't. So I think that there was a little thing with Nakobe Dean. He had like a slight, like some kind of pectoral muscle.
He said that's not true.
I thought that it was true, and I thought that he was like, it's not torn or anything, but like it was a known like strain or something.
How can 32 teams have wrong information? That's what I don't understand. Because listen,
neither.
the Eagles took him. I'm not so sure the Eagles wanted to take him, but they had to take him, right?
Nakobe Dean?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you not? I don't know how you don't take him.
I'm
really
saying
don't.
like that's what I mean. Like the Eagles were forced. The hand was there. They had to take him. but like he fell and he fell hard, and hopefully 31 other teams aren't like, told you, idiot. Does
Well,
this have Sidney Jones all over it again?
I don't know, man, but this dude's a baller, and I saw a lot of Georgia football this year,
Yeah,
and the
of
guy
course.
the guy was just a fucking beast.
Yeah, I mean he's
And
good.
this article I'm looking at right now literally says N'Kobe Dean was the best player on the best defense college football has ever seen.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not mad. I love the pick. I'm glad he fell. Don't get me wrong, but I'm simply saying that refresh me. It went Jordan Davis, AJ Brown, the center,
Yeah, Cam Jurgens from Nebraska,
and then
N'Kobe Dean.
okay. So once they take the center and then they're back up again, and they just got, listen. At the end of the day, someone in the Eagles organization is following the trend of the fans. You can't tell me that's not true. They have a bird flying around Philadelphia that sends back the data. But and they're like, oh, they're yeah, yeah, yeah. They really, and N'Kobe Dean's there, and like, he never drafts linebackers. It just was a perfect storm. It was a perfect situation, and how he executed, and who gives a shit what happened after that? They're like, someone's like, oh, can you believe he took a fireman? There was a tight end. He took a fireman. Danny Watkins 2.0. Like, shut up. Do you give a shit about the 5th-round pick? Because 1 out of every 100 works out, and guess what? We ain't the lucky breed that gets that one out of 100. So pound sand.
No, and they're like they also there's something else though about the draft, not even about the draft. So that was really it. They only ended up making 5 picks because they traded a couple away. The first rounder they traded, then they traded a third, and I think they ended up trading a 4 or something. Um, so they ended up making 5 picks, and in addition to AJ Brown, and they also made a very key addition outside of the draft.
Harry Potter.
Carson.
Mm. I actually disagree.
Okay, let me
I
hear
would
it.
almost argue that the cornerback out of Clemson and was it Oklahoma and Alabama, I think those two are going to be a bigger impact because one of them, although what's the called? The dude is getting cut or traded from the Giants.
And I'm not saying that he's like the biggest outside of the draft ad. I'm just saying that
He's got a
the
cannon.
dude has some talent, and I think it's awesome that they are able to kind of snag like a free look really at what he's got.
Yeah, James Bradbury is apparently on the outs, so the Eagles should try to get him.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I know that I'm sure that they're going to continue to look and make some moves and bolster up some things because we were talking about this a little bit about their secondary is looking a little
Thin.
thin. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Can we talk about how this is the worst game cup I've ever seen in my life? Jordan Hicks and Connor Barwin.
Connor Barwin.
Ugh,
That's a stretch.
this is the worst cup. 2016.
Do they even have? So I think Am I hearing that the other starting cornerback was going to be What were we guessing? I think it's going to be McPherson.
Penn State.
Um. Yeah, I
Penn
think
State transferred to Oklahoma State, I think.
Texas Tech.
Tex, yeah. I knew he
Yeah.
left.
Yep.
Oh, JT hit a home run.
Again?
No, I'm just seeing that for the first time.
Oh yeah, they lost 6-4.
They can't get on
Uh,
base.
We're going there.
No, not yet. Maybe.
Well, I mean, do you have anything else on the Eagles draft? I mean, now at this point, it's kind of like wait and see. I think the rookie camp is in May. Um, you know, what else is there to talk about with that?
I just think I liked all their after draft signings. I think people were putting too much negative energy into the secondary. Anthony Harris. Everyone, I don't understand that. Like everyone's all over Anthony Harris, and like no one is saying that he's like an elite safety, but he's serviceable for sure. He can hold it down.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Epps had a great season. I don't care what anyone says. Marcus Epps did everything he had to do for me.
He was fine.
So yeah, there's gonna be holes, but name me a team that's 100% complete besides the Rams.
I mean, yeah, I it's always there's always a couple guys that step up that you know, like either you weren't expecting or they just outperform expectations. Um, and they're gonna need that because they don't have any like really known like obvious choices right now.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. I'm not too worried about it. It's time to put the Eagles back into the shelf, and we'll see them in a little later.
Yep. So the only other thing left to talk about is the old Phils.
They're frustrating, but they're fun again. But they're frustrating. Bullpen's playing well.
They can't.
Starting
They
pitcher is
honestly
getting better.
they can't win around here.
No. Damned if they do, they're damned if they don't.
It really is
But
incredible.
Dave, I hate to tell you this. That's what 10 years of bullshit.
No, I know. I get it. I understand it. I do.
They got no
I
one to blame
understand
but
some of it.
themselves.
I don't understand. I don't understand the people that are fucking live and die every day, and like, when they win, they're the greatest ever, and when they lose, it's like you guys suck. You're the fucking worst baseball team in the world. Like that's why Twitter is starting to just like destroy my soul.
Yeah, you can't be hanging out on Twitter right now,
Mm.
especially with this abortion situation. Like,
Oh my god, it's not good. There's a lot of polarity going on Twitter right now. Um, Politics does that,
No, it's terrible.
but as far as the Phillies are concerned, um, I still believe they're going to be okay. They put up a 500 April. They were literally 11-11. Um, I think, right? Is that right? Am I being wrong or is that
Yeah,
right?
no, you're right.
So I don't think they're going to be a 500 baseball team. I think they're going to be better than 500 by far. I still think they can win 90 games, and they just need to get settled in. Baseball's a fucking marathon, you know.
It's too early.
What I don't get though is like I feel like the people that I'm seeing on Twitter the most hating of the Phillies are people that like the Phillies, like are Phillies fans. They're not like Joe Public shitting on the Phillies because Joe Public is shitting on Doc. You know what I mean? So like Joe Public's not focused on the Phillies yet. So that's what I really don't get because like if you really care, if you really like baseball or you really like the Phillies and you really want them to be better, I don't understand why you would waste your time going on Twitter and saying Joe Girardi is the worst manager in the world. How could he let Ranger pitch to that last guy? You got to make them like.
Hindsight's 2020, and if Ranger fucking struck him out, we wouldn't even be talking about it.
Yeah.
By the way, I wanted to touch back on the NFL. I don't think it's my job to mentor him, Ryan Tannehill, on mentoring Malik Willis. So, like, this is what I'm telling you, man. Like, the mentoring shit does not fly with these guys in the NFL. They don't want to fucking mentor someone to be better than them.
That's different though because that's the quarterback.
Yeah, I hear you. Just saying.
That's also a fucking bullshit statement.
Yeah, just you don't even have to. You just say, okay, I'm gonna mentor him, and then you don't mentor him.
Yeah, like why are you saying shit like that? Honestly, that's a dick move. What is a kid supposed to think when they hear something like that?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what they think. I should have been drafted in the top 10, and now I've lost so much money because I'm not really good at football. I went to Liberty.
Oh, listen, I know why everybody was all pissed off about dropping out of the top 10. It's got to do with dollars. I get it. I totally get it. I don't get it, but I get it.
I hear you.
So, calm down with the Phils. We're gonna. I think I think the conversation is gonna be pretty much the same every week. when it comes to the Phillies. They're going to win games, they're going to lose games. They're going to look really terrible when they lose, they're going to look great when they win. And at the end of the day, it comes down to these guys just batting average. I mean,
They gotta start beating the Marlins too, because that will help. That will help the feeling
morale.
around
It
here.
will help. It'll help morale. Also, will help morale if they win a couple games this weekend against the Mets.
Fucking hate the Mets.
I know. I'm going down on Mother's Day with all
Does
the
your wife
mothers.
know?
Yeah.
You know what I have to do?
What?
Yeah, I'm not thrilled because my brother's an idiot. So
Oh
Chrissy's
boy.
like, I'm gonna work for my mom at the bagel shop, to give her a day off, which kudos to her. Like,
Yep.
yeah, great. So I get a text from my brother. It says, "Oh, we're gonna go meet at mom's house from 8 a.m. to 11." Who picked the time?
Why 8 to 11?
I mean, it's because my brother has to go to his in-laws around 12:31. So I
Okay.
understand the convenience, but why does my mother need 4 hours?
It's only 3.
Whatever, math's not my strong suit, but you get my
Listen,
point.
I mean, what is it for breakfast?
A Manhattan bagel spread. Like, are you kidding me?
Manhattan bagels, that's blasphemy. You guys have a bagel shop in your family.
I mean, Jesus Christ! I'm so,
What is happening?
if the bagel lord Lou James could hear this now,
Oh, he's going to hear it. Sir,
sir.
listen. That's hilarious. Now, I mean, yeah,
Mother's Day's
mother
a fraud.
oh my god, don't do that.
But it's a Hallmark holiday.
No, that one is not a Hallmark holiday. Valentine's Day is a Hallmark holiday.
It's all the same.
No, Mother's Day is literally for your mom.
Are you seeing your mom?
Yeah, so she's going to the Phillies game with me.
Your mom's so cool.
She's going to the Phillies game, and so is Brianna's mom.
I'm Team Maggie.
I'm taking all moms to the Phillies game on Sunday.
You taking your sister?
She's fucking 9 months pregnant. No, I'm not taking my sister.
Cherie,
I
I'm sorry.
invited her. I invited her. She said no. I'm too pregnant.
James should fill in.
It is risky.
He'll be James will fill in. He'll be gossiping the whole time. He'll be just like you're with mothers.
It is risky taking the old 9 months pregnant down to the CBP. I don't know if that's a good plan.
That's a good story.
Like,
That's actually good. What time is that? That's an early game then. They normally play early on Mother's Day, right?
yeah, it's 1:30. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a giveaway too. All the moms get like a clutch bag or something.
Just put a wig on. You'll be all right.
Hey, who's to say I'm not a mom?
They can't ask you.
So yeah, that's
Oh my
gonna be
God.
it's gonna be great.
Nah,
On
that
Sunday.
sounds like fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'll let you know how my Mother's Day Manhattan bagel brunch goes.
Now here's the thing though: is it possible that the Sixers play Sunday?
Um,
And if they do, is it one of them?
I think Chrissy's honestly
Oh my God, they do.
extremely sick of me talking about the Sixers.
They do. They play on Sunday, but it would be at 8 o'clock,
That's good.
so it's safe.
What is that
I'm
game?
sure.
What?
Brianna's probably sick of me talking about the Sixers too.
That's game 4.
Could be the sealer.
If they, I mean, I'll probably get flack. If they go down 3-0, I'm probably not like in there. You know what I mean?
You gotta watch. I mean, you gotta
I'll watch on
at
the
least first
iPad.
half, right? First half.
Yeah, I'll watch it on the iPad and probably watch something else with her.
Oh yeah. I got you. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to commandeer everything for that. I got
Nah.
you. Listen, there are trade-offs that you have to make. That is
my God.
sometimes one of them.
Yesterday she's like, can you make burgers for us? And I was like, well, I mean the Sixers are on. I got home late. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, Sixers are on. And she was like, if I have to hear about the fucking Sixers one more time, and I was like, oh. So we just did separate.
sorry.
So we just did separate dinners.
I'm sorry they made the playoffs.
I know. I was just like it's and I don't. I mean, honestly, and you know this, like It's not like I'm rooting like every game. I'm sitting my butt in the chair and I'm like, but come playoffs, you got one role in society.
You got to support the squad,
Yeah,
man.
especially if it's the like knowing my luck, I will be like, I'm out watching basketball, and then they'll win the freaking championship.
And then you won't be able to even like enjoy it because like
Nope.
you'll feel fake.
No one will know, but me, and I'll
You
know.
will know.
And it'll piss me off.
You will fucking know.
Oh, I got a quote to seal my driveway, and honestly, I don't know why we're doing this on the podcast. I don't care. Did the asphalt go up too? Do we thank Biden for this?
I mean, probably went up, right?
Bro, I got a modest driveway.
Listen here. What is he driving? Is he driving a truck?
What do you mean?
Does it take gas?
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I guess I could see that. But dude,
Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
The-
How much was it? Because so like how long is your driveway? Like linear feet? Like if you had to
all right,
guess.
I got the measurement.
And then I'll cry about how long mine is.
Yeah, you're screwed. The driveway is 10'7" by 31 foot. So 10'7" across, 31 foot up.
Oh my god.
So that's actually technically smaller than our Phoenixville home, right? Because Phoenixville went like
Wow.
60 feet probably,
What is that?
but
Like
it was
310 square feet or something?
yeah, roughly. I mean, whatever the math is. I'm not doing it. All right, so we'll just do it. 31 by 11. Bless you. 341 square foot.
Okay.
So just for reference, when I did the Phoenixville one, it was $185. Okay.
That's cheap.
Yeah. This guy, $420.
Oh, 420. He's one of those guys.
And I love how they did. This is my favorite. I think they did the wrong freaking house. Oh my God, Sheba just farted.
I mean, did you look at the math on the quote?
I'm looking right now because now that we just did that math, it said seal coating about 720 square foot.
That's double.
Yeah, so it should be in line with what I think. 210.
I might have to do my shit myself. I might have to go to Home Depot.
Dude,
and get a
I used to
fucking
do
pallet.
that. I used to do that shit with my stepdad. It is torture.
I know, but you see my driveway, man.
I know. And I'm too busy planting trees. I got to plant trees next weekend in the back because my dickhead neighbor, we built a privacy fence. He built his deck higher than our privacy fence. Are you kidding me?
God, dude.
And then he wants to sit there and be like, "Why are the dogs barking at us all the time?" Oh, let me give you 10 feet of reasons. But anyway, so this says for about 720 square foot, $420. That's ludicrous. And then I don't know what this next quote was, but it's for $3,570 to dig out about 720 square foot. And what? Give me a new driveway? My driveway is not like. It doesn't need to be like this is the worst.
Is he a gypsy?
Well, let me. You tell me if Orlando Canales is a gypsy.
Might be. A lot of gypsies do driveways. It's fucking
They have
weird.
the right address. Oh my God.
It's not the right address, is it?
It's not.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Chrissy. They have the wrong address for the seal code. They have Edgemont. We live on Edgewood. Yeah, you done? All right, love you. Bye. Good night. It's our hat. It's our hat. You're ruining the live.
It's our hat. It's 50% his.
Yeah. They have the wrong house. Okay, I gotta call this woman back tomorrow then.
I mean, listen, I'm not gonna ever be able to have my driveway seal coated.
You're probably looking at 1,000.
I'd have to save money for 3 years.
A donation fund. All right. Well, now this makes. Do you think the people at Edgemont Avenue were like, "What the fuck"?
Probably. If they had cameras outside, they're probably like, "Why the fuck's this guy in my driveway?"
And you know what's funny is, the ring didn't pick it up, so I guess I should have known.
Obviously, because they weren't there.
Yeah. All right. Well, we debunked the.
Well, now that the podcast has solved Kenny's driveway issues,
Thank you. I would like to thank the 350,000 viewers that listen. Um, wow, that makes me feel better.
see, now you can sleep in peace.
So it should be about 210, which is where I would think it should be.
Oh man, so it'd be like 1,000 over here.
Oh, easily. Your driveway's disgusting. I mean, I'll help you do it. I don't want to, but I'll help you. We can stream live.
That would be must fucking watch.
All right, wrap this sugar pot up.
All right, so we got Sixers game 2 tomorrow night. Oh God, please don't lose. They need to win. It's a must win.
Even yeah, but even if they lose by like 1 or 2, you got to feel better than what they did.
I would feel a little better, yeah. And I need to know if Joe's coming back for game 3. I'm really need to know that. You know, other than that, you know, Flyers are finally done, thank God. You know, Eagles are on the shelf, and Phillies are gonna just, you know, Philly.
Elf on the shelf.
Philly's gonna Philly. So
yeah. Oh, I wanted to tell you. This is the last thing I wanted to tell you. I don't like the Phillies pee, man. The new one.
Okay, I can see that.
It's so boring.
I mean, it's not. It's a pee.
This little dip here does it for me, where it pisses me off. Like, this is weird. Bring the old one back. It's time.
Like the straight one. I don't know about that.
Good night, my bird lovers.
No, we can't go. We can't do that because then it would look like a Pittsburgh Pirate logo.
That's all boxy.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening.
Oh, what a weird.
Hey, listen. Watch out for these birds because you never know.
You're gonna notice a gaggle of geese on your front steps, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, Kenny was right."
You know what? You're gonna have to go out and buy some of those shadow dogs to put on your lawn because.
Chrissy, this is the last story I'm telling you that we're gonna go. We were at Lowe's and we like did our flower bed and stuff, and we wanted to get like a statue. She's like, "What about this owl to scare away the birds?" And I was like, it's like we're getting like 1,000 birds in Lansdale. We got a pumpkin patch out back. We gotta take care of the crows.
You need a scarecrow out front.
That's why I love that woman, because she keeps me on my toes.
I fucking love it. That is the best ever.
Why don't we do this owl?
Hey, thanks for listening. Please like us, share us. Let's go Sixers, right?
Go Birds.
Goodbye.
Good night.